I just want to say I came here in drag today because I want to wake people up to understand that drag is not a gender. It's an art. It's an expression of who I am as a queer person. As a person of colour at the moment, it's really difficult to even be out there as just who you identify as yourself, you know, so it's really important to put yourself out there. And we have to understand that this 2019, there's loads of queer people out there, there's loads of gay people out there, loads of trans people out there, and we do belong and we do matter. No matter what people's beliefs are, we respect them. We respect that you respect ourselves as well at the end of the day. So I'm going to go into a bit more in depth regarding this story and my story itself. So first of all, I'd like to thank Bradford Council for inviting me here, and obviously Carmen Varner for sharing this platform with us as well. It's important to raise issues and these issues that I face as a queer person of colour. I won the Pride and Attitude Award for the magazine this year, which has been exceptionally great for me and my actual career. I've been able to go to New York recently, and I was in Cosmopolitan. I've been able to, you know, live my true, authentic life as who I want to be and help raise awareness. So I go into schools for Carmen Varner as well. I've done colleges, universities. I've been on international magazines. I've done Burberry campaigns. I have literally gone from what she tried to do to me, which destroyed me, and turned my life around. And that's due to therapy. That's due to support from Carmen Varner. You know, this is why these events are so important, that people do understand that the darkness is there, but there is light at the end. So I've had to endure what most women endure on a daily basis, as well as deal with what the queer community have to face as a man. My in-laws didn't appreciate the queer person I was, as it wasn't enough for them. Me doing drag gave them the wrong impression that I can pass as a woman. Yes, I can, I know. But you know, drag is an art, it's not a gender. God, I don't know why I'm so nervous. I've done it so many times and I'm so nervous. So how I identify has nothing to do with me being a drag queen. While married, I'd had to see my ex-husband portray himself as something he wasn't. A masculine man who treats women with disrespect due to an honor system which is man-made, or should I say myself, mother-in-law made. I suffered greatly in that house and in my relationships. Burns, bruises and mental abuse were just some of the things that most women, queer people, and I faced in my marriage. But I always asked myself why. Why did this happen? What could I have done more? But it wasn't what I could have done or should have done. It was the lack of education and awareness of these situations, and also lack of support in place for these kinds of abuse. For a person of colour from the queer community, we are already misunderstood, underrepresented and treated with disregard. But I know now, after what I've been through, my parents now know, and even my community now know, that it's easier to accept a child being gay than burying one or seeing one totally destroyed. So my marriage conflicts me in many ways, and still I've tried to build my life back once my marriage ended. I've created a happy place for myself and reclaimed my life, but my story is only a small part of what is happening. This kind of abuse is a crime and does need to be stopped. No one should have to go through beating, starvation, mental torture, divorce because we're the same gender. I think me standing here today, my body full of scars, should show everyone that I've survived and that there is sadness out there. This will continue to happen if we do not speak up, as there isn't enough awareness around these issues. When I went to the doctors with my wounds from the burns and bruises, I was not asked alone what had happened. I was asked in front of the perpetrator and simply answered it was an accident. Shouldn't the doctor have asked me more questions? When I was admitted to the hospital for dehydration or under malnutrition, should they have not flagged this to the correct departments? When the police pulled me out of the river when I tried to kill myself, my arm still bleeding, they left me to the hospital staff and only gave me a courtesy chat and stated upon interview we are guessing this is a cultural issue. Why? Why is it that we hear all the time this is a cultural issue? We hear all the time that queer people are suicidal and have even died, and the percentage of queer people, coloured people are more because it's down to cultural issues. It's not a cultural issue, and this needs to stop. God, it's so hard turning the page mails out. So I've been working with professionals, the police nationally, alongside Carmen Varner. I've been able to see your jobs are hard, and as professionals, some of your jobs are really difficult at times. I'm hearing retired superintendents tell me that reports are logged incorrectly. Children are being sent back to perpetrators because it's not classed as honor-based abuse, and it isn't really thought of as any kind of abuse, which is nonsense. Let me give you a scenario. A policeman calls the helpline at Carmen Varner. He asks the call handler, he has a man and a minor who is 15. The adult is 27 and he wants to marry a girl. And he just wanted to check what to do as it might be a cultural issue. That child is a minor. What do you think the call handler responded and said? What do you think you should do as a professional? I have to say, sadly, in 2018 to 2019, these calls are still happening. Please stop putting these kinds of abuse and these kinds of crimes down to cultural issues. Ask the right questions and let's help each other save lives. Let's all try to stop this from happening to someone else. Carmen Ivana receives a huge amount of calls from not only the straight community, I say that with hyphens because God knows how many messages I get from the straight community. It's important and imperative to have events like this to help support victims like myself who have no one at the time of their troubles. They've helped educate and train police officers nationally. Hopefully we'll be able to do some more and we'll be able to save more lives. Queer people are prone to forced marriage and non-based abuse. These are not just people of colour or the queer community, and men don't talk about this issue often enough, which they should. I actually do believe that a lot of men don't talk about this issue because they feel stigmatised, that they have to be this masculine person, they have to represent something. I get thousands of messages nationally from married men that are actually gay. So I'm sad to say that half the women nationally are married to gay men, and it is quite disgusting because you're not living your true authentic self, and it is really difficult, and it is quite sad. So I've been personally helping with campaigns and raising awareness for these crimes. Carmen and Ivana have been doing a great campaign recently, Operation Limelight, for forced marriage alongside police nationally, which is stopping people taken abroad for forced marriages. They have been doing the Stream campaign, which Natasha went over briefly before, which is where a victim is taken abroad, forcefully, and they hide a spoon in a piece of their clothing or their underwear, and the airports are aware of this to stop forced marriages. I've also been campaigning with NHS England to help patients that come into care that are victims are spoken to alone. So there is like implements being put into place, which I'm glad to see happening, and I was glad to be part of that. Maybe if that was in place at my time, I wouldn't have been in my situation so long. I want to end on a happy note. I want to thank you all for listening and for the work you all do. I do know it is a lot to do what you do, and if you do see any signs, act accordingly. Also, no questions are stupid questions. The helpline of the charity is available. They're there to help professional victims as well, and anyone that really thinks that they have an idea of forced marriage or honor-based abuse or any kind of abuse, get in touch with the charity because they can really make a difference and help save lives and help your job run smoothly, as it is quite difficult. Okay, so my book is this, and it is available on Amazon. It's Take a Walk in My Big Indian Heels. It talks about forced abortions, which women, my ex-husband and sister-in-laws went through. It talks about honor-based abuse, domestic violence. It talks about what women actually do go through, not just South Asian women, but the normal community as well. And I had to live that. So I have the utmost respect for women because it's so difficult to be. You're judged immensely, and I don't know why you're judged immensely when the men hardly do anything. I'm sorry, but it's true. That's all I have to say on that matter, apart from thank you for listening, guys.